let's talk about what most men do. You might find yourself in a number of different places, right? Like, so if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, you might shrug it off and excuse your sin. You might shrug it off and say, hey, it's no big deal. What's a big deal, right? Or you can't even see it as a problem. The biggest problem is when you don't see it's a problem, because then it can eat away at you from the underworld. It can work on you from the shadows. Because if you're okay and I'm okay, then there's no need for change. So if I'm talking to you right now and you are convinced that you got control over something that you have been binging on for the past few years, I invite you to listen. Because maybe you don't have as much control as you think you do. At least I didn't, because I'm a willful guy. I'm a strong man. What does a strong man do? A strong man can lift anything, can break anything, can do anything. But I couldn't. Maybe you're stronger than me. If you are, then put it down. So a lot of guys will not see it as a problem, pretend it's not a problem, or excuse the sin. So Father Ripperger says, sin darkens the intellect. What that means is you start justifying your sins. You start justifying your vice. It darkens the intellect, meaning now you have to do mental gymnastics in order to keep doing the thing that somewhere deep down inside you know is not right. We also have those who procrastinate, guys who drag their feet, guys who keep saying, okay, next week, okay, next month, okay, next year. The worst demon in hell is the one that says, wait till tomorrow. You can do it tomorrow, right? And then you kick that can, you kick that can, you kick that can till tomorrow was 6 years ago. And your life sucks and you don't know why. Procrastinators. And then we also have those who maybe more of you guys can relate to it, and it's a very frustrating place to be, but are those that try and fail. I tried that and it didn't work. I trusted this and it failed. I went here, I did this, I gave this up for a time, but damn, it came back. It seems like no matter how much willpower you use, how much resolve you make, how many resolutions you take, that damn thing just keeps coming back. It's almost like there's a second mind inside you that takes over. At least I know this was the case for me. I'd speak out of two sides of my mouth. One side of my mouth is like, I'm going to be virtuous. I'm going to be clean. I'm going to be righteous. I want to be holy. I want to be the strongest version of myself. I know I have to, because if I'm going to be a leader of men, which I've been called to, whether I like it or not, I can't lead them off the cliff. I got to get right. And the other side that says, what's the big deal? You can have a little bit more. You deserve it. Remember that one? Right? What's one more shot? What's one more chance? What's doing it a little bit? It's legal. Everybody else is doing it. It's not that bad, right? And so it's literally like those two, like an angel and a demon on the shoulders, like they showed in the cartoon when you was a kid, right? Literally. So that's where you're in this conflict, inner conflict, conflicted with self. Man, what a terrible place to be. How do we get there that we have not the strength to overcome and not the vision or the purpose or mission that's worth reaching for? Because like I said before, I was successful. And if you're watching this now and you've mastered money and you're making it in the world, but you're struggling with vice and you know it will destroy your life, then you know that nothing fails like success. Wealth, pleasure, power, and honor. Those are the four false gods. You know, they say there's a whole lot of misconception with regard to religion, right? And so there are those who believe that they don't believe in God. They say they don't believe in God. But if you're chasing wealth, if you're chasing pleasure, if you're chasing power, if you're chasing honor, that's your God. That becomes your God. The problem with those gods is that they're all false gods. Those are the false idols. Those are the four false idols of mankind. Every other false idol is some way of a permutation of that. Self-worship, right? Pride, it all falls right into that. So you can chase wealth, you can gain wealth, but at some point you're going to feel demystified by it. You're going to realize, damn, this wasn't it. Honor. Nobody had more honor than me. I was a golden boy on YouTube when YouTube first came out. Millions of people know me, saw me, venerate me. I speak to young men. I meet them quite often these days. And, oh, Elliott, you changed my life. But that doesn't change my heart, doesn't set the posture of my heart towards righteousness. And so I fell. Pleasure. That's what the whole weed smoking was about. Power, right? Wealth is power. There was a moment when I almost caught myself in a power trip. I remember watching Scarface, the movie Scarface. And I was like, damn, I'm starting to act like that guy. Tony Montana, right? Power tripping. So there I am, there I was. That's where you might be right now. If you're a high-achieving businessman, executive, or entrepreneur who's dominating in business but struggle with drinking, drugs, overeating, or any filthy vice, here's some advice. The biggest mistake that you could make is to try to quit cold turkey and use willpower to overcome your cravings. If you've ever quit for a few days or a few weeks only to self-sabotage by binging worse than before, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Not only has my company helped thousands of men destroy vice and dominate life, I personally confronted and overcome the same struggles when I found myself hooked on weed at the peak of my business career. If you've got 4 minutes to listen to a coach who will help you achieve total self-mastery and control over your inner punk, then listen up. If you don't beat drinking, drugs, or any life-draining dependency in 90 days or less, not only will my company give you your money back, we'll pay for your first month's stay at a rehab retreat of your choice. That's what you need to succeed. So let's go, bro. Just visit waronvice.com, fill out an application, and my team will get back to you with the details. Hope to see you on the inside. Done.